Commence primary ignition.
Never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
I'm David W. Collins. I'm a voice actor, sound supervisor, and sound designer at Skywalker Sound. You are watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Call, I'm putting DWC on there, Jeff, for the Youngie Wim.
Now I have Youngie Wim stuck in my head.
I absolutely love it. Welcome to another edition of the Virtual Cantina Watch Along as we are on the road to Boonty Eve, Texas 2, Electric Boogaloo, as we call it. If you get that reference, time to get your eyes checked.
That's the truth.
It really is. But we're there you go. Yep, we're going to see you guys in Frisco, Texas in just a little bit over a month from now, which we're very excited about that. Coming up fast, but we're very excited for our guest tonight. One of our favorite guests to have on the show, the leader of the Nooma Nation, Don David. How you doing there, Don?
Good. How are you guys?
We are absolutely fantastic, and we're so happy to have you on tonight to discuss all things Skeleton Crew, Mandalorian Grogu. But let's just jump right in. You were part of two, I would say, really awesome viral moments inadvertently in the last 2 months. The first one was you became memeable as the person who stole Grogu from the Oscars.
Yes, that was a big surprise, and I loved it. It was so funny.
So when you made so those who follow you know that you're doing 55 for 55 and going to the Oscars was one of your. Did you know prior to making that list that you were going?
No, so I made the list, and then I was like, there is no way I'm going to finish all of this. So if I do something that I've never done before, it gets to knock something else off the list. And so I was like, never thought I'd be here. And so that was a first and probably a last. So it got to knock something off my list.
Tell me that you have like good images, good pictures of that.
Good video.
I just have whatever was online. But somebody enhanced it for me, but I don't know.
Yeah, because that would make an amazing 8x10 for your table.
I think that would be really fun.
The person that stole Grogu from
you walking away with Grogu.
Yeah, I think that would be hilarious. And I was shooting a commercial with Grogu, and one of the background guys goes, "Did you go to the Oscars?" And I said, "Yeah." I don't know if he would have put two and two together if he didn't see me next to Grogu in the commercial.
Right.
But
sure.
I was like, well, that's the first time someone's recognized me from the Oscars.
That's funny.
Well, first off, that's amazing.
Oscars famous.
And the second one is Jeremy Allen White dropped your name on Kimmel.
I know, right? I
That's
was shocked. Because he didn't have to do that, and
right.
And even though he stumbled on my name, that's been my whole life has been like that. So I didn't care. To me, it was just normal.
Right. But tell us about that. I mean, how was that just going to a birthday party to perform with Grogu?
We were told we were possibly going to do it. And we were like, Grogu's going to do a birthday party? And we were like, they're going to let him do a birthday,
Right.
so it was interesting. And we think it was kind of a test drive for taking Grogu out to do promotional stuff,
Right.
to see how it worked. And it's kind of a good place to start with a bunch of 5-year-olds, because they're not going to be very critical, especially if something goes wrong. But it went great. It was actually really fun to do. The kids were so funny and so cute, and they were asking him yes and no questions.
Oh, that's cool.
And one of the little girls in the class is a huge Grogu fan. She's the one who got the whole class into Mandalorian in the first place. And she came dressed, with her Grogu stuff on, like her ears.
Mhm.
She had the costume where it looks like you're in a pram. And
Oh,
her
that's amazing.
cup
Nice.
was Baby Yoda. It was so funny. And yeah, and they had their own little private moment before the kids all got there for the party. So the little
Oh,
girls got to really interact with them, his daughters. And yeah, it was so cute, and it was really, really fun.
So did you get her to stick? Were you still around to see the fallout when the second Baby Yoda showed up?
No,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know about that until he did that. And I watched the whole segment because I thought it was a good interview about everything.
Right.
And yeah, I had no idea. I thought that was really, really funny.
So that was absolutely amazing. And, it was seeing all the pictures and the videos coming from the red carpet. It's amazing that the technology that you guys have done since season 1 to now that you basically walking the red carpet with him. It's pretty amazing. How's that feel as somebody who's basically seen the progression since the beginning of this character, and now that you're actually having a pretty much autonomous character that you're just controlling from a little bit of a distance, but could be like right there with everybody and no one know the difference?
Yeah, it's been really cool to see the evolution. There are things we can do with the rods on the hands that we can't do with the animatronic arms. And, we can actually clap when we have rods on his hands, but not when he's just got the animatronic ones. But
Not as much range of motion.
yeah, but it's so cool. And each time, like, they just keep getting better and better. Like, Victor keeps making them to where at first the fingers didn't move. And so now he's got it to where the fingers move. And that was huge. It just looked so cool. And
Magic hand thing.
yeah, but then when that happens, all of a sudden my job of moving his feet and helping move his arms gets me to where I end up just his little caretaker carrying him around. But I'll take that job too.
Hey, it got you on the Oscars, so there you go. That was a really amazing segment in the Oscars for so many reasons. Obviously, with the callback to Aliens and everything, it was very well produced. That
was great. And we rehearsed for a couple of days before that, but we never rehearsed with them until so I didn't know she was gonna say that. I did because there was an actor filling in for her, but I wasn't paying attention. And then when she said it that day, I was like, why did it just now sink in what she was saying?
Because it's Ripley saying the line.
It commands your attention a little differently.
Yeah.
But no, the movie was, there you go.
That was one of the best nights of my life. I had so much fun. And when we were done, we got to go hang out where everybody else hangs out. And we just people watched. It was so much fun.
That's cool.
I remember that, I didn't see, obviously, this picture till a couple of days later. But I do remember after the segment texting you and saying, wait, are you there? She's like, oh, yeah. And that's all you said. I'm like, oh, okay. I was so happy for you that you had that moment, and also knowing that you had this list, and that was one of them. So I was very, very excited for that. But I particularly, and the three of us can suggest, we loved the movie, and it was, you could tell the labor of love that you guys put into it. And one thing that I particularly liked about it is it didn't need to be anything more than it needed to be. Like, it stood on its own, that it wasn't saga changing, and it didn't need to be. It was getting Star Wars back to the theaters and have a good 2 hours back in the theater as opposed to watching 40 minutes on television screen.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And so when everybody asked me what I thought of the movie, I was like, it was a fun movie. That's exactly what I thought it was. It was just, it's fun. And I'm not a big critic when it comes to stuff anyway. I just always try to enjoy what I'm watching. But yeah, it was fun. And people ask me, do I have to have watched any other Star Wars to watch this? And I'm like, nope, you're good to go.
And I think that was one of the benefits, is that's what really helped bring people into this, is because you didn't have to watch like 20 movies and 6 shows before this.
Yeah.
Watch it.
And if it gets kids into the theater that haven't gotten to see it in the theater, that's even better, you know.
Well, it's a gateway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids, and 7 years old and up that have never seen, less, I guess, 7-year-old, because of the fact that episode 9 came out in 2019, so we're 7 years deep at this point. So there's a lot of people, a lot of kids that hadn't experienced the Star Wars in the theater experience. So you gotta get that.
It's crazy to think, because it used to, after they started bringing them back out again, it seemed like every couple of years or every few years you were able to see something. And so
there was a run for
Yeah, I mean, that was great, but I mean, we still all remember the dark times of the 16 years after the prequel era of nothing.
Yeah, there is that.
So the fact that we had the Disney Plus era,
right?
That it was just like, we don't have to, in some capacity, don't have to wait for Star Wars ever again.
Yeah, that's
which is
true.
pretty impressive.
That you can introduce your kid to it anytime you want.
Yeah, in any capacity, whether it be the animation or live action.
Oh, yeah.
But we're very excited because one of the things we're going to be talking about tonight is that we are, like we mentioned, we are 2 weeks. No, 2 weeks. We're about a week, a little bit over a month from Boonty Eve, Texas 2, the Electric Boogaloo, and Dawn, you and Tamara are going to be two of our guests at that event. We know we had you at our family vacation at Scum and Villainy in 24, but we're very excited to have you at the event in Texas. Plus, also, you guys will be signing, we announced for a couple hours on Saturday at Rebel ScumCon. So I'm very excited to have you guys join us. As we mentioned, you and Tamara are going to sign from 10 to 2 on Saturday the 8th. But we also announced that Bonnie Pace, Catherine Tabor, Julie Dolan, Missy Lee, and Anna Graves will be signing on the Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 5. But, I mean, I think it's a very exciting opportunity for our fans not to just see over Bunta, which is it's going to be fast paced and loud and a lot of fun. But you guys don't get as much as, like I mentioned, I particularly think that you guys should. But the fact that you guys are going out there, especially when there's such an incredible movie lineup at this con, people can get class pieces done. I mean. Like I said,
we talked about that last night on Celebrating Autographs a lot. Is you can get individual pieces. There's merch and stuff you could do for Nooma and so your other characters. But we talked about if you get one of these little plush and mixed plastic Grogu's, this makes a great cast piece because this plastic makes for good signing.
Oh yeah.
Even on the soft goods, this is pretty good fabric that you could have any and everybody. You could do a cast piece for the movie. You could just do everybody associated with Grogu from the Mandoverse and different things. That's a great thing to do. There's also, we talked about how there's a super easy way to make custom pieces that would be your character.
Awesome.
Because all you need is an X-Wing pilot figure and a Greedo figure there. and a little bit of hot water.
I love it.
Instant custom.
But you know,
No,
but
hardly any assembly
no,
required.
like I said, very excited to have you guys come out and join some
Yeah,
of the
we're excited. We're
It'll be
looking
a fun
forward to it.
That's a great con. It's like a scaled down version of Celebration,
Oh,
more
nice.
low key, but it's all Star Wars, but without the big corporate thing going on.
Perfect. I like that.
No, it's gonna be great. The autograph area that you guys are going to be in last year was hopping the entire event. So
Oh, nice.
I am anticipating that and much more. And it's also fitting that we started with that video from David W. Collins, because last year at the event we had Matt Wood and David perform Youngie Wim on a stage with a live band. For the
Nice.
first time ever done since the commercial for Skeleton Crew, which went awesome because the fans love seeing hot teas being performed on a stage.
They
Which,
killed it.
Yeah.
I would have been stumbling over those words left and right, but
Oh
they
my
were just
gosh.
they were so well versed
It
in
was
being able
so
just to get it
good.
out.
Yeah, because I watched the videos and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
I saw Matt a couple of months later, and he's like, "Yeah, never again." And I'm like, "Oh, come on!"
One more
I was like,
time.
I was like, I
Get
got
a few
I got an
specialty
idea.
drinks into them.
I'm like, I got some ideas. He's like, I'm sure you do. But no, but we're very excited to have you there, and obviously to have you there, part of our Boonta Eve VCN Pavilion that's going to be there. And also for those who are going to Rebel Scum Con, right there you can see all our guests. We got Catherine Tabor and Bonnie Pease, Kirk Thatcher, Anna Graves, Paul Darnell, Julie Dolan, Misty Lee, Frank Trigg, Stuart Ziff, Lauren Vogt, Dawn Tamara, and Kim Smith. So great lineup there. And of course, our event is brought to some great sponsors, including NH LASIK Associates, as we mentioned. If you get the reference of Electric Boogaloo, you need to get your eyes checked. Go to NH LASIK Associates, also Shinobi IT and Twink. But right there, you can see, come on in, we got you. If you're aiming to shoot Grogu, you might be able to hit the target. So very, very excited about everything that is going on with Rebel Scum Con and there. And plus also, for those who are going to Rebel Scum Con, don't forget that David Accord will be at Rebel Scum Con, who worked with the sound design as well as the voices of Grogu. So you'll be able to get 3 Grogus on a piece, which is pretty awesome in that capacity, because it's we talk about who runs Star Wars in this generation. It's absolutely Baby Yoda.
Completely.
Oh yeah.
He is a cutie. And I've never met him either, so I'm excited to meet him, see who makes his noises.
No, absolutely. And don't worry, I won't have you try to do the voices like the Skywalkers did on your interview with them. But no, we're very excited about that, and obviously with Brendan and Lateef, who spent a lot of time with the kid over the last number of years. Did you see? There was video of a Mandalorian at Fan Expo Anaheim that had a Grogu that they built, waving, smiling, moving their face, moving the ears, like it was completely.
That was
automated.
the same Grogu that was at the lining up kickoff party at Scum and Villainy, and at the actual lining up thing in front of the Chinese.
Oh wow!
He was there. The guy has a cool little remote that he put behind a book, so it looks like he's holding a book.
Oh.
And then he's got the remote back there so he can do his thing, but there's little fake hands on the side. And it's a pretty good Grogu. He's got a lot of range of motion. He doesn't look quite right, but he does. His head moves, and he does a lot of hand movements and things. And they even gave him the proper props and stuff. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I think I've seen some video of that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, there's some video of him with Brendan Lateef last weekend that they were pretty impressed with. The way of smiling and waving to the kids and all that.
Oh, that's so fun.
But it's lovely to see. Like I said, Grogu has become its own phenomenon. Even those people who don't know Star Wars know Grogu, which is pretty awesome.
That's true. It's crazy. People who've never watched Star Wars may have seen a meme or they've seen something, and so there's something about him that grabs you.
Yeah. So we're about to watch one of the episodes of Skeleton Crew, which is episode 3 of the season. And for those who have followed your Star Wars career, you're typically the Rodian that we always pick out in every point.
I know that Rodian.
Yeah. How was it to play, Nooma in this particular series?
I was so excited to play Nooma because she had a bigger part, and so I was really excited about that. And before we shot, I was really nervous, and I was over working on Ahsoka, and luckily I asked Jon Favreau if I could ask him some questions. I actually asked his assistant. She passed it on, and then about 30 minutes later, John came downstairs onto set, and he said, I hear you have some questions for me. And so I was asking him all about her character and just like, what do I need to know? What's her backstory? So he filled me in, and then I felt so much better. And also, a lot of times, because we know the voice is getting dubbed, and we will have it so that they can play it over the speaker. And that's what I was expecting whenever I had to do lines. And the first day were probably the most lines I had. And so I looked over it so I would know how to act, but I didn't memorize them 100%. And they were like, do you mind just doing the lines yourself? And I was like, oh boy. So every once in a while, my brain would just be like, oh my God, I don't remember it. I just make up something that was like the same amount of time. And I was like, this will be good enough to get through, and then they could dub over it.
How is the take with you doing? We want to hear the take with you doing the lines. Where is that?
Oh my gosh!
Behind the scenes.
I'm curious to see what that sounds like too. It was actually my audition.
It's like David Prowse or something.
So did they like mic you in there and have like a belt pack with a speaker going? Or are you having to like? Okay.
Yeah, they mic'd me and had a hiding place for their battery pack. But yeah, and that was the speech I had to do for my audition. I had to do a self-tape, which usually I just have to send like my reel of things that I've done before so they can see how I act in a suit. That was one of the first times I had to do an audition where I just had to act it out as myself.
Wait, how different was it wearing Nooma's head versus like a Rodian or what you're used to,
Her head's a little heavier. She's got animatronics
visibility
in her head. Yeah, I can't see as well, but I'm used to wearing weird stuff like that, so it was fine.
It was such a fun show. Like they talked about it being like a callback to the Amblin days, if you will, or Goonies in space.
Very much
so. It was very nice to have that kind of adventure. And it was funny because, especially at that time, Neo went viral. The character himself. It was like that was like rivaling Grogu for a while.
Yep. And I was like, oh, I didn't expect that to happen. So that was exciting to see him go. Get everybody into him and their shirts and. It was cool. And I was like, that's my son.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious that they still chose like wardrobe choice to make it like the 70s in space.
Me too, because when I went for my first fitting, I was like, huh.
It's like,
this is an interesting
we have
choice.
a space mom character wearing
not so
corduroy.
Star Warsy as we expect.
Yeah, I was really confused, and then I was like, okay, either this is gonna make sense later, and it did, and and I said people are gonna love this or they're gonna hate this outfit, and if people liked it, it totally worked.
It was
I
like
think you could easily see that on Carol Brady.
I was about to say that.
definitely
I was definitely thinking that was like, you know, I was expecting the big staircase in the middle of the living room
Yep.
of the Brady house kind of scenario with that. But no, it was
Yep.
just like I said, it was a ball of fun, and it was cool to
Yeah.
hear the how the connecting stories of where it is in the Mandoverse, you know, at that time, and you know, talking about what happened with they talked about what happened with Moff Gideon in the show, and it was just nice to see like a connective tissue
Yeah.
within it, and seeing what would an isolated area separate from the Empire look like under a pirate rule.
Little
Yeah.
outer rim suburbs thing going
Having
on.
no idea what any other place was like. So yeah, I thought it was really interesting and fun.
Another
Did you
one of our
work with Did you work with Jude Law in any kind of capacity?
Just there was I think one scene as Nooma, and then there was another scene as Pasco.
Okay.
As the pirate. And
Right.
there was a really funny scene that, you know, when they're trying to get into the safe, and like my character starts to say something, and on one of the takes he just like put his hand, shut my mouth with his hand, and it was really funny. You could hear everybody laughing, and I was like, oh, I hope they use that one because that's really funny. And then I guess it didn't fit the maybe that wasn't supposed to be a funny scene, but after he did it once, he did it for the rest of the takes.
That's
so
amazing.
He only did it the other way maybe a couple times.
One other thing that we actually loved as well is that a good friend of our group, which made it also a connective tissue of Marty Matulis with the character of Vane coming back from the end of season 3 of Mandalorian into Skeleton Crew. So it's kind of like, it's really cool to see Marty's character because it fit perfectly into the whole motif of the pirates.
Yeah, I like how they tied that in, and he's so good to work with too. You know, he's great.
No, he's definitely a character. He was at Bunta last year in Texas, and with the rest of the pirates, there was quite a group of them last year.
Nice.
It was Jacob, Mike, and Dominic were there as well. So the four of them got to ham it up together and have reminiscing about the fights and everything on the set, which is great to see this as sort of camaraderie, really, even in like a grouping within whatever you're doing too.
Yeah, you definitely get really close on those sets, and then it's funny when we go on set with people at work and we're there for months. You come back and you're like really so much closer to them than you were before, and then give it a year or so, and then you're kind of back to how you were friends before. You're still close, but it's always interesting. It goes up and down, and
well, I always find it interesting that in any of the different things actors affects people, whatever. There's always like groups that are kind of tight when it's during production for sure, and then are always happy to see each other at something like Rebel Scum Con or wherever, where there's a row of them and they can get together.
Yeah, that's fun.
Well, it's about that time right now, so please, everybody, get your D+ machines all queued up to Skeleton Crew episode 3, and just let us know when you are ready, and we'll have Jeff hit the countdown.
You good to go, Don?
I'm good to go.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Get your D+ machine queued up if you haven't already. I forgot I put that in there. And here comes the countdown. Whoops, where are we?
We're still stuck on the VHS tape.
Yeah, there we go.
That you forgot to rewind. Didn't you?
Yeah. Be kind, rewind.
Kind,
Be kind, rewind.
Don't skip the recap. I love
Don't
that
skip,
line.
Yes.
The way that line came, full circle about I can't remember no Atten or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
And it was
And-
I can't say I remember no Atten because he couldn't. He was told not or programmed not to be able to say it.
But it was
Oh,
also
yeah. That was
really
funny.
nice to see, obviously, because in Japan, we had Kiriana as one of our guests at our event
she was great.
for Celebration, and she was fantastic. She showed up at our event in a full kimono.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
The Japanese fans went nuts.
Oh,
And literally, her line at our event wrapped the building. Like, people were
Oh,
waiting
wow.
outside just to
Inside.
see her.
oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, we had to do a lot of line management for her, where everybody else was sort of standard.
Yeah.
It was right after Skeleton Crew, too, so it was very, it was interesting.
Yes, it was good timing.
It was timely.
Oh, that is perfect.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
My
It's
hope is
soft music during.
Yeah, I
the
was just going to say, I
helmet
really
thing.
liked that.
my hope is definitely, that, because the series left on such a cliffhanger, that I really want to see what happens with John. I want to see what happens with the kids because there's more stories to be told just
I
based
know.
on that ending.
I wonder if it ever does come back. What are they gonna do? I've read stuff where they're like, oh, maybe it'll be about John, and
Right.
that'd be interesting too. See his story and his backstory.
Right. That sort of cul-de-sac right there.
Yeah, I was just going to say how that looks very much like a shot from like E.T. or something.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So many
definitely.
homages to that 80s.
But it also makes it
Aesthetic.
very interesting because Kathy was so prevalent in the Amblin eras that this was like right up her alley. Talking about Kathy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, this was my first day of shooting.
Oh, wow.
And so I was intimidated too because every single one of them are really great actors and talk about I was like, oh gosh, okay. I was just nervous. But they are all very nice.
But you got to be in the cool suit.
Yes.
And I
So-
get to hide in there.
Yeah.
Well, so is your ear motion animatronic, or is that you having to shake the head to get it to do that?
Yeah, it's just got some little weights at the bottom of the ear, so they kind of move when my head moves. The nose, the snout was animatronic.
So I'm rocking my Skeleton Crew variation that Dave created for us for Japan for Celebration. Celebration
it.
Crew.
And we actually gave Jeff gave all the
those
kids
stickers.
that all the kids had that shirt
Yeah, this one.
as well. So they're
Oh,
all
cool.
rocking, they're all rocking that.
And Robert's dad went crazy with all the other versions of like the Neil Nation stuff.
Oh yeah.
He loves to wear the Neil Nation t-shirts. So I would see him at events, and very likely that he'd be wearing one of our shirts, which was fun.
Oh yeah. I saw that too. This is where, in that scene too, when I had talked to John, I'm supposed to be more meek and more like timid about the whole situation. And then as the season goes on, then I get braver and, more confident, and especially in saving the kids.
Right.
So, but
It's nice
in
to
the
have that kind of
beginning,
evolution kind of thing.
yeah.
It's such a great group of kids. They work well together.
I know.
They're different kind of.
And they all got along. Like they still hang out together as
well
well.
and
Oh, they
outside.
do? Oh,
Yes.
that's good. I can't even imagine. I haven't seen photos of them lately, but I can only imagine how much older they look now.
Right. It was great to hear the announcement that they were going to do the new Buffy, but then it was a bummer that they decided to scrap it because
I was so excited about that, and I'm bummed that they've. Why'd they decide not to do it?
At least the pilot sucked. That's what I heard.
Oh no, that's too bad.
That's a bummer.
Maybe they can revisit it at some point, but
yeah, because they could do such a good job with it. I mean, they did for years.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's just it's a kind of a classic concept. It's like battling, monster of the week, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was literally just watching an interview with one of the producers from Big Bang Theory, and they were talking about that the original pilot was completely different than what they ended up doing on the show. That they actually shot 2 pilots. So it would have been interesting that the whole character of Sheldon would have been completely different than what was broadcasted. So it would have been interesting to see if they, if they were able to rewrite it or anything of that nature. I mean, it was good for the, like I said, obviously we were all excited for Ryan to get, the opportunity to basically be the lead of a show
she
like
was
that.
so excited when Sarah Michelle told her. It was amazing.
Not the first time that pilots have gone sideways. I mean, talk about Good Morning Miss Bliss, and that became, Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
That's right. And just how some of those old pilots were totally different actors in the beginning. That always is fascinating to me when you find out who was playing
who was the first
before.
version of whatever character. Yeah, it's very
like the original
like,
Star Trek, the original series pilot was completely just.
Well, the characters were different too, right? It wasn't even Kirk; it was Pike or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, that's come full circle with Strange New Worlds. That's where we even get that.
Revisited those characters.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can always go back to the fact of going back to Back to the Future when Eric Stoltz was supposed to play Marty McFly.
Yeah. That's right.
And they filmed half the movie and then they fired him.
Yeah.
So
I mean, could you imagine?
That's amazing.
He's on the con circuit and he literally has at his table, will not sign any Back to the Future items.
That's a bummer.
Oh.
That's a bummer.
Yeah,
that's
well,
like,
that kind of makes sense.
It's like Anthony and his card of C-3PO that's questionable.
No penny in the original Big Bang thing. Here's a good question from Troy. Is like, Dawn, are the animatronic elements in the suits loud?
Yes, they're not super loud because servos have gotten quieter over the years.
Just a lot of buzzing.
But it's still enough of a buzz that people need to talk loudly to me on set, or I either have to have an earpiece so that I can hear everything that's going on, which I do prefer the earpiece when I'm acting with people so I can hear what they're saying. Otherwise, I can't hear them.
Right. I would imagine also the helmet or the head itself is going to create some kind of issue with hearing.
Muffling.
Exactly.
Without the servos even.
Do they have the servos kind of self-contained within the helmet, like a helmet within a helmet, or do you have to wear like a balaclava or something to keep your hair out of them?
I usually wear a balaclava just to keep my hair kind of out of my face too.
To be tidy.
Yeah. But a lot of the servos would be like down here lower in front of, in front of my face. I had a feeling that would happen.
Oh, good. And it was also great from this is that Ravi, who plays Wim, he won a Saturn Award for the show of best child actor, beating out the Stranger Things kids.
Oh yeah, Stranger Things kids. Yeah.
Oh wow!
So he was shocked.
Really good.
Yeah.
He's adorable too. And
this is funny, sort of a homage to the Jawa sandcrawler full of droids in different states of whatever.
Like the Roger droid head falling off.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. And Shmi.
Yeah.
That was so clever how they came up with the name for Smee.
Yes.
How did they come up with that?
Well, if you look at it, so Smee was Captain Hook's little assistant. So if you look at SM33.
Oh yeah, I did notice that. I forgot about that.
So was that little creature that popped out of his eye practical or digital?
Both. So there was a little one that you could put there, and then they would just do CG
they would do
over
the
it.
animation after the fact kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the fact that the Black series for Smee actually had the creature sticking out of his eye.
Little.
Yeah.
I think you could remove it, couldn't you? Like it was like
I
an
think
accessory.
so. I think you could.
Which is like super tiny, little tiny, accessory, like Grogu and his shifter knob. Ball is like so tiny. It's like a matchstick.
That's right.
One thing I would have liked to have seen more of, because I know they only did one con together, which was MegaCon, which Dave, you went to.
Yes.
With the year where they had all the kids and Jude do the show together and do a panel together.
And Bryce Dallas Howard was there as well.
Oh, wow. So. Bryce is good. Bryce is going to be in Texas, Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So that was the con that I went to, and immediately I used my last, before Disney Movie Rewards went belly up. I used my last reward points for the full size poster. So
nice.
Immediately after that, I'm like, they're all going to be there at one to the other. Here we go.
Oh, heck yeah.
The big poster.
That's a good item.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
I love seeing the posters when they have so many people on there. I always stop and I look and I like to read who's on there.
Well, you will very likely be seeing one in Texas. I will be hacking away at a poster tube.
Very good.
Multiple, probably.
Yes.
Awesome. I like that.
But it's it's amazing that you not only just you got to see all this, but also growing up with Star Wars and then being in Star Wars. It must be like you can't believe it. And you're like, what would little girl Dawn say now about what you're doing today?
I know. I think she'd be like, no way, right? There's no way you did that and got to work on that. I never thought I'd work on that in the first place because it was always the UK. Then it actually comes here, and then I'm actually get to be characters in there. Like,
that's amazing.
Never in a million years would I have thought that. And one time in the Dove chocolate where it says something on the inside, I saved one of them because it says, "Make your past self jealous." And I was like, I have.
Yes.
There you go.
I want to give some props also to VCN Hall of Famer John Goodson, who not only designed the Razor Crest, but did the Onyx Cinder as well. That was such a interesting ship, but also later on when it sheds its skin and it's completely different outer hull, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And you can meet John as well at Rebel Scum Con. So you can get some Razor Crest and Onyx Cinder stuff signed. I know John told us that with the movie he was happy to finally shoot with a shiny Razor Crest as opposed to what you guys had during the shows.
Down version.
Hey Amanda, hey Lorenzo, how are you? Welcome. And speaking of Shinobi IT, there's the people from Shinobi IT, one of the sponsors for Boot to Eve 2 Electric Boogaloo. So we appreciate you guys being sponsors and also watching the show tonight. It's great to see you guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, the set where they had the ship was so cool to walk around. It was huge.
This thing looks massive, actually. It looks a lot bigger than your average volume type set.
Yeah, that ship had a lot of practical stuff. I felt like I'd wander around and there'd be the bridge, and then you'd be like, well, what's over here? And there's another room, and it was a huge set, and one of the coolest sets I've seen.
Wow.
So, Dave, tell Dawn about the story when you got my Skeleton Crew print signed by Janelle.
So, someone at some point had spilled the beans, and I think it was probably Marty. And so Spencer had a Skeleton Crew, just the logo, the original logo on the black and everything, printed up, and had Marty sign it at Celebration in London, right?
Yeah, and then I actually had people around me turn around because I knew, and I put it at the bottom of the stack. I'm like, can you just put it up a little bit, sign it,
sign the big surprise. Well, he ships that to me because he's in Boston, I'm in North Carolina, and because Jaleel was doing a con local to me. So I go up to his table with a Skeleton Crew print, and before any of this has come out, and I'm like, hey, can you sign this? And he's looking at me like, no. What are you talking about? What do you know?
Why would I sign that?
And I'm like, look, it's known. It's been, people have said, and he's just, it's like, there's like even like a little Skeleton Crew logo over there on your sheet. It's fun. And look, there's another signature on it. And he's like,
that's so
talks
funny.
to his manager. It's like, oh, yeah. Okay, what do you want on here? And I'm just like, name and character name. And he's like, aha, you're not going to get me on that. That has to be. It's like, okay, just your name.
Yeah, you don't know what you can do or can't do before a film comes out.
So last year, Rhode Island Comic Con, we saw Iman. And we're talking with him. And I said to him, I was like, so how are the Loft Kittens? He's like, they're great. Wait, what? I was like, they leaked it in Japan. He's like, oh my God, I thought I just broke an NDA. I'm like, no, they announced it in Japan.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they announced it in Japan. So he was so
that was a viral photo of it.
Like his face went like, what? He's
like, my God, yeah. Everybody's biggest fear,
Yeah, let the beans spill the beans.
Yeah.
How did they miss out on again? Because unless there's something crazy that I don't know about, there's not an official figure for Nooma. This is another one of your characters that there's not one. Why with the popularity of Neil, why is there not a Nooma and the father is Nor? Where's the whole family, man?
Yeah, they're right there.
I thought so too. I thought, oh, that'll be cool if they do the whole family, because there's the twins, there's the toddler, then the mom, dad, Neil.
Well, at least like you could have done like mom and dad with a couple of kids in the like package as their accessories or whatever.
Yeah, I really, and you know what? I always wanted to get a group shot of the entire family. And we were never on set at the same time. So like Neil, it would be the rest of us and Neil wouldn't be there, or it would be me and Neil. And I was like, I can't believe we're not getting a family photo in the photo area, where it's allowed.
Well, were you and Carrie and Robert together filming?
Yeah. There was one time it was the three of us. So we didn't have our other kids, but it was the three of us, like hugging.
There's photos of that because
that happened like in the show, where they're reunited, I think.
Yeah. And Robert was really cute because he'd always come up to, like, I was also, besides being in it, sometimes I would dress some of the characters we made. So I was on set and I go, hey, Robert, I go, oh, I'm Nooma. I play your mom. And so ever since then, whenever he'd see me on set, he'd be like, Mom. And he'd come up and always give me big hugs and call me mom all day. It was really cute.
That's fun.
That is cute.
He's really
there's a very missed, there's a missed opportunity, but I think that, obviously the actor was great, but Robert should have played dipshit Derek in the last season of Stranger Things. I think he would have been phenomenal.
Yeah, he would have been good.
Would have been a departure
the kid that
from
did
Neil
it was great too.
Oh, he was fantastic, but I think Robert.
I could have seen Robert playing that.
Yeah, such a good character.
Oh my gosh!
And did I not see coming up that Robert was announced that he's going to be at San Diego?
I think that was last year.
I thought I saw that this year.
Because last year Roosevelt's had a Neil shirt, so he did
Yes.
signing there.
I think, yeah, it was last year. I think you're right.
Because I think Justin was involved with that. His appearance agent.
And I went over to try to say hi to him, and he was at lunch or something, and then I never went back.
Well,
I love that arm that comes out of the loading area of this ship. That's just so cool. And then Wim riding it is even funner.
Oh, well, there you go. Right there. New Space Mom.
Yeah, forget about Hera. Hera who? One of the things I loved about this and this planet, the planet, especially well, not this planet, but maybe the junk planet of Tetanus, the big spider that the Tivik group put together.
Yeah,
that was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
One of our friends, Kate Sabaker, worked on that, and she said the reason it was called Tetanus is because everybody got stabbed by it.
Oh, really? That's funny.
But I love the fact that ever since, I would say, season 2 Mandalorian, they've been bringing the Tippett studio back more and more to do stuff.
Yeah, I like that they always include them, and they always do something.
Having those big guard robots, those were really fun. I like those characters a lot.
Yeah.
Between
Tippett
and also Fawn Davis's company Fawnco, they've been getting a lot of those creatures. I know Fawn and Elliot did the ice spiders.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But to see the old school way of doing film is still prevalent, and then you can just enhance it, But it's nice to see practical still being done.
Yeah, I love that so much.
I like the throwback to these little sentry deals like outside of Jabba's palace.
Yep, exactly. And they got multiples. I love it. It's like a somebody picking up the phone while somebody else is on the phone, like in an old school setup in the 70s or whatever. Like, who's that? I want to talk to them.
One of the things I loved about Mandalorian Grogu is that we got to live to Jarek's set and had the creatures, fighting Rada.
We had the creatures from the Jarek set too.
Amazing. But the floor was the board.
Yeah, the room was the table basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that they incorporated that.
Well, it was a great way. I mean, it was a great version of the arena kind of theme, and then to incorporate that in just very kind of natural and seemed the right thing as far as I could see.
Oh yeah.
So did you guys?
I did get to play the Rodian mom in that too.
I remember when the trailer came out, and I texted you after the trailer came out. I'm like, "That was you," and you're like, "Yeah," because that was definitely right there. But
why'd you buy your baby such a high tech pram that Grogu ends up going like?
Grogu jacked it.
Yes.
But he didn't alter it. It's like that was stock.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, right. That's your baseline model.
Did Legacy work on Hugo's outfit? I mean, the one that Misty wore for the chef.
When she was the chef, that was all CG. So she had gray suit on.
Oh,
gotcha.
So
yeah,
I saw a great. There was with Jeff. Who was the chef that trained Favreau?
Roy Choi.
Yeah, there's a great 5-minute video of Roy Choi and Jon Favreau cooking the sandwich.
Yeah, they make that sandwich. It's so.
They
fun.
made it on set for us.
Nice.
Well, there was one day Roy Choi came and made his food, and
brought you
so good. So we all got to eat that, and then one day John made his grilled cheese sandwich, and he made them all. Like, he had some helpers, but he made all the sandwiches. All the crew got to get one.
Amazing.
The ultimate, yeah.
That's great.
But yeah, that
Really
character
cool.
was great. Obviously, with the tie into Solo with that character, but also obviously having Martin Scorsese voice Hugo was
Yeah.
pretty hilarious.
Yeah, such
It
a
was a fun cameo. It was a
Yeah,
little
you're
less
right,
forced than some of the recent Mandalorian cameos. You know, Jack Black and Lizzo are very much Jack Black and Lizzo, regardless of what the character they are playing.
yeah.
We were talking about that with that.
Even
Also,
Christopher Lloyd and Tim Meadows, for that matter. Wow.
Tim Meadows absolutely was.
Tim Meadows is Tim Meadows.
That's
But the
true.
thing about Christopher
Even in
Lloyd
a
was is
galaxy
that
far, far away.
I think when they had the opportunity to film with him, they kind of knew that one, it's Christopher Lloyd, and two, man, can you imagine the memes for a Mandalorian with a DeLorean and the Doc Brown?
Oh,
That did
my
blow up. That
gosh.
is very true.
We
It's
were
been-
excited about Christopher Lloyd, and his wife wanted to meet Grogu, so we were like, oh, awesome. So we're like, oh, you guys, they wanted their pictures of Grogu, and we're like, oh, okay, great. Can we have a picture with you? And so we all got to get our picture with Christopher
That's
Lloyd.
cool.
So it was
That's
pretty
amazing.
awesome.
Very nice.
I do know that the writer, I think I don't know his last name, but his first name is Ernest, who wrote Ready Player One, the books, and also is a screenwriter
Fine.
for Fanboys. He's going to be signing with the Fanboys cast and Kyle Newman at Rebel ScumCon, but he's bringing his tricked out Razor Crest DeLorean.
Really?
He has a DeLorean that he painted like the Razor Crest, and in the passenger seat is a pram.
Oh, nice.
So
That's
he's
fun.
bringing that because they're going to have a whole bunch of cars there. They're going to have the Mandalorian DeLorean, and also they're going to have the van from Fanboy Slave 2 there that they're doing a photo op with the cast in front of the van.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which very excited about that. And they're getting most of that crew there with Dan Fogler and all of them. So that's going to be a fun, Star Wars adjacent, if you will.
Did you, at WonderCon, did you see I love the mouse droid that
Oh yeah.
the door opens and the mouse leans out from inside the mouse
He's got like
droid?
the little. Did he have the helmet on?
Yes, and then I looked inside and I was like, oh my God, even the inside of the mouse droid was all done up.
Some of those they tricked out. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
There was a guy who had a super tiny mouse droid that looked like it was just freshly 3D printed, like white and orange.
Oh, wow.
And a little tiny remote that he did like one thumb and maybe a trigger.
That's cool.
That he was, and literally the mouse droid was about that long. So it was very kind of fun.
That's neat.
Super little tiny version. But I've seen some amazing ones even long before they did it on the show or in the movie, I should say.
Yeah.
Having that 4-wheel one, I'd seen those at cons.
Yeah.
Another person from the
knobby tires.
Yeah, another person from the Mandoverse that rears his head several times throughout everything that you're going to meet at Rebel ScumCon will be Paul Lee.
Yes.
Oh.
So very excited about Paul Lee going to be there.
He's
I know
great.
a lot of
I
people-
love him.
And he's like an ultimate Star Wars fan himself. I mean, he's
Yeah.
501st and collects figures on his own. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the the people that make the stuff are being fans and lifelong fans and collectors and stuff. Really, I think makes the shows that much better.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we have one of the biggest Star Wars fans where I work. And so that's why we always have Star Wars Thursday. So we always wear Star Wars shirts on Thursday.
Nice.
And he's the biggest fan I think I know.
That's amazing.
We have Star Wars every other day, if not every day. Just
it's come to a point every morning. I go to my drawer and I just pull out a shirt arbitrarily, and my wife's like, "Can you find something that's not Star Wars?" And I'm like, that's hard to find.
Yeah, I think I could wear a month straight of Star Wars shirts.
When The Force Awakens was about to come out, I started over the month of December. I wore a different shirt every day and like did Instagram photos of it. And as well as if I went to some evening thing where it was like an event or even just another, besides the work day, I would do like a fresh shirt. So I did like, 40 or 40, definitely got through the 30 very easily and, showcased some of my cooler t-shirts. But it was my opening kind of thing was I'm going to do a Star Wars shirt every day in December.
Oh, nice.
Speaking of new Star Wars properties, they just dropped now the trailer for Star Wars Visions: The Ninth Jedi.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So I'm very excited to check that out afterwards. If you're a fan of animation, and they had a big Star Wars Visions pavilion in Japan, like right in the middle of the con. Did David or Jeff, did you guys get to go into that at all?
I kind of wandered near it and looked at the tree a little bit and didn't really spend much time in there. We got, we were probably on our way somewhere specific, and it was like, well, I can peek in and look, but not really kind of immerse myself in it, unfortunately.
Gotcha. So
I know
Don,
one of our family members was doing the Ronin cosplay, and Kathleen came by and talked to him because I think he was one of the guys that ran that pavilion.
That's amazing.
And,
wow.
Then we saw him after the Visions panel. He was in the Ronin cosplay, looking amazing, like legit off the screen version of that character, and he was hanging out at the exit, and everybody was snapping photos with him and stuff. It was a lot of
That's
cool.
fantastic.
And then he joined
nice.
us for our Zoom happy hour the following weeks for a little while. And so it was really cool to have a person that's normally across the Pacific Ocean from us joining us when he had just met us through the celebration. So
Doug, well,
wow.
how is the process of obviously you guys had you guys were working on episodes for the show, and then all of a sudden you're being told that we're upping it when you had all the production value they had in the show and bring it to the big screen. Like, what was that process like?
and there's the show.
It was exciting because you're thinking, okay, everything is always, we always do our best, but you're like, okay, people are going to see this huge.
Yes.
So something you might get away with, you can't anymore, especially with IMAX.
Because the movie was amazing in IMAX.
I loved it in IMAX.
I saw it. I think I sent you a picture of this, Don. I saw it in planetarium. So basically, in a complete
See, that
360.
would be so cool.
So hyperspace for me was like I was in the volume.
Oh my gosh!
Surround.
So but you're saying I don't want to interrupt you. About
oh no, I would. I want to see it in a planetarium.
Yeah, I saw it in IMAX 2 or 3 of the first. Well, I've seen it 4 times in the theater, and my first viewing I think was IMAX, and the third viewing was IMAX. I got to see it at the Chinese, so that was cool.
Yeah.
For one of their early opening day screenings, so that was really cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I wanted to see it with the there's an app that'll give you, usually it's for hearing impaired, and it'll or translation things for movies like that, or what I think it has wider range of options. But they did this thing where they had director's commentary where you could listen to it through the app.
Oh yeah,
while you
I heard about that.
theater. And I wanted to see it in like experience that, and didn't get back to the theater, so it's harder to find showings of it currently. So
Oh, I was wondering how that worked too, because I had heard about that.
yeah, I think it
But
somehow syncs up to the time that the movie's supposed to play somehow, and
So like Dark Side of Oz.
yeah, exactly. Playing a different like I guess you have to, you're going to be wearing headphones or earbuds in the theater and then watching the movie with everyone else but hearing other things.
that's so cool. I would love to do that too.
Yeah, it seems like a
So-
really cool option.
So one of the questions I love to ask our friends that come on the show that have been involved with Star Wars for quite a bit of time, obviously in the last year, we've had a leadership change. So what do you think that Dave is going to bring to the table now that he's literally calling the show?
Right? I'm dying to find out because he already had his plan of where he wanted everything to go anyway. So I'm curious if this changes any of that or just makes him know that he gets to do exactly what he wants to do. I haven't asked him that, and I've seen him since he got promoted, but I haven't asked him that. I always ask him about his dog instead.
Oh, Wolfie's awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating, especially because he was under the learning tree for so long with George, and now he's
Yes.
basically he knows the saga inside and out, and now he's basically calling the shots for that. It's kind of like I don't want to call him Diet George, but you got George Jr. basically running the house now.
Yeah, because he does know everything between
The
him
next best
and
thing.
between John. Like they know everything there is to know about Star Wars. It's nuts how much they've retained over the years. I mean, I know a lot of Star Wars fans are like that too, but yeah, having those two work together, it's like they know every answer.
I love when you hear them talk about certain things and they're like, oh yeah, they use this transition, like they used a wipe or whatever, and we're going to use that in our thing too because of that. They know all that technical stuff, on top of just the lore and everything.
Yeah,
I also
like
think
that they stay true.
I also think that what I was thinking about this the other day is that I want to give props obviously to Kathy Kennedy because she did such she did quite a great job, I would say, keeping Star Wars alive, and also very much Mandalorian was her baby. She signed off on it, and she saw us all the way through there to the point where that they needed to split the position. It became so crazy that they had to, because I wonder how, now that position is now split between Lewin and Dave, how the company as a whole are going to operate.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it all shakes out. It's like I'm just gonna watch and see what happens.
No, we're definitely excited. I know a lot of us are, hoping for a lot of things. I know a lot of the Mandalorian crew are hoping for season 4 or whatever.
Yeah, we are.
I read a lot of articles about how the whole Rada story was supposed to be season 4, and then they expanded upon that, which we were all happy as Clone Wars fans seeing Stinky come across the screen. Which, yes, that is your cue, guys.
Where is he? I don't have the right thing up. You got it, Dave. Here we go. Original. Here we go. Right here. I hope you.
He's back.
Yes,
I love it.
Obviously seeing the little maquette that they had in the movie of Rada, Stinky as the baby, and then obviously
Yes.
that was
Dave's little sculpture of Rada or Stinky actually.
Yeah,
that they made the hologram of.
And for those who are going to Rebel ScumCon, you get to meet Richard Citrone, who is the gentleman who basically performed Rada.
Yes.
So
He had
very
to wear
excited.
like a big torso head thing, didn't he?
Yeah, there was this head that was easy to go on and off, and it had the shoulders. And they actually had a bodysuit, kind of a blow up thing that he could wear too to get size, for reference. But usually the reference was just the head that they'd have him put on and walk around, and then
just kind of so people would know what distance around him to be in, how much space he took up.
Yeah, exactly. But most of the time he was, in grays doing his fighting stuff, and then at the end you do a real quick like walk through with the head.
Kind of like Josh Brolin did as Thanos. He just like something very similar when he was in the suit for that.
Did they have practical representations of any of the creatures that they fight in that scene?
No.
It would have been cool to have like a life-size one of them sitting in the corner or something,
Oh yeah, that would have been cool. Instead, they the stunt people were, in the different colored outfits that kind of matched their character.
Oh, okay.
And then so it was fun to see them.
So it looks like the Power Rangers going at it.
So there was motion capture for
the
stunt actors? Okay.
Yeah, so they'd run in and do I remember seeing one of them running in almost like a dog on all fours.
Oh, wow.
And so it was really funny.
That's fun.
One of the things that I'm very excited to talk about, because they released a lot of things recently for Rebel ScumCon. I just want to pull this up quickly in the schedule. But right before Bunta on the Friday, there is a panel going to be moderated by Carly King and the Ray Side called The Stunts of the Mandoverse with Lateef, Donald Mills, Richard Strone, Dorian Kingi, Paul Darnell, and JJ Dashnow. So I'm very excited for that one in particular, especially to ask JJ about that with all the stunts and all the creatures. I mean, that guy, him and his family have done so much in the stunt industry.
His dad, his brothers, it's like, they're
DNA.
Family tradition, and and Dorian Kingi's dad was a stunt man too, and his mom is Lindsay Wagner.
Yeah,
Bionic Woman.
Yeah. His brother Alex had to call me at the shop one day because he was in one of our suits, and he called me on the phone. They paged me. I went over to pick up the phone. You know how it says who's calling you sometimes? And it said Lindsay Wagner was calling. And I was like, oh my God, I wish this were Lindsay Wagner. But I was like, it's a Bionic Woman.
I thought it was really cool. Was it last year? It was last year that they had the mold for his head for Cad Bane. And the teeth in the eyes on display at San Diego.
Yes, and the way that our boss wanted it displayed too was like, so you could see how the pieces went on. So it was
they were all kind of separated.
Yeah, it was a really cool idea that he had to do that. It looked really cool.
So very excited, and I'm very excited. I know they just announced that the Lucasfilm Pavilion will be at D23. But a lot of us are going to be at San Diego, so I'm really intrigued to see what the setup will be this year. What they did animation last year, and the year before they did the Acolyte. So, I'm personally hoping for the movie, but I'm just excited to see what you guys...
That would be cool.
Everybody comes up with.
Full-size Razor Crest sitting right there.
Absolutely, as there should be. But
that would be fun.
Well, I'm jealous of everybody who got to go through on the tour of the back lot
Yes.
and got to sit in the cockpit
Yeah,
and
me too.
see everything, and see
I saw
Tamara's like Max Rebo and
Oh
like,
yeah.
and I'm like,
Camera Scott posted photos of
Yeah.
them being
Yeah.
there.
What they did, I had already seen it because we use the Quonset huts to shoot
Right.
sometimes, and so I'd seen it all set up, but there was one more day left of that being up, and they had arranged it so everybody at Legacy Effects who wanted to go down and see it could see it.
That's cool.
And so you can, and they were like, at first they go, just yourselves, no significant others, no kids.
Oh, wow.
But so I was like, well, I've seen it, I don't need to go. And other people were like that too, so that other people were able to bring somebody with them.
Oh, that's cool to allow for a extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, that area, Thunder Alley or whatever it's called, is literally 2 miles down the street from my house. So,
You're nice and close.
I live on sort of in Mar Vista nearby there. So, I wish I could go there. I've driven past the buildings. That's as close as I've gotten. So, maybe someday.
We should have tried to get you in there.
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah.
Oh well, maybe next time. But,
Next time.
I was surprised when I heard him talking about that because he mentions it in one of his videos. I think it was with Adam Savage, and he talks about like the location and sort of the history of that area, and like being next to the Hughes aircraft and all that stuff.
And he's got some old photos in there of what it used to be like. It's really neat. The history of it's really
for that particular little triangle. I hadn't been aware of that specific history.
Yeah.
I grew up around here. I've lived nearby, all of my life pretty much. So, I was very. It was very cool to kind of get that new knowledge about the history over there.
But it's cool that they also, worked with the Adelphi base there, set from season 3, and then brought it into the movie and expanded upon it,
right,
to keep the Quonset hut, working and operating. But nice Easter eggs in the movie with all the directors from The Mandalorian just sitting around a table having drinks.
They hang out in bars a lot.
Yeah, they do.
and Dave had to wear a hat.
Yeah,
there it is.
Like that one.
His signature.
Yeah,
I thought it was really cool that,
but not the black cowboy hat. It was like the one that our Dave right there is wearing.
Well, it's his new one. He's wearing one like this all the time. That's why it was just like no wardrobe, whatever. Just walk on with your normal new hat.
It was cool that Doug got to be in that cameo as well.
Yeah, I like that.
I was luckily. I met him a number of times, but Doug and John Knoll were both guests in Celebration on the autograph floor. So it's nice to actually see them get to be with the fans as opposed to just walking around the floor and everything of that nature.
Yeah.
But I mean, Doug's been around forever, so it's nice to,
I remember seeing Doug on stage at one of the panels at Star Wars Celebration 1 in 1999. And, seeing his concept work and hearing him talk about the process and working with George and stuff, it was really cool. And ever since then, he's just, gotten more amazing and had more, of his touch on what ultimately is created for this, amazing property.
So,
I know
Don,
he never runs out of ideas either.
Yeah, that's the other
which
thing.
is great. So, Don, what do you have that you are not NDA bound right now that is coming out that you can plug?
I really only worked on it for maybe a day, so I don't even really count that. But Supergirl's out now, and it's
nice.
But the shop did that. What else? I feel like I've been so absorbed in.
Was it a lot of like just the like
years.
bar critters and stuff like that for the bar aliens and things in Supergirl?
Yeah, They did the bar aliens.
The bus, space bus.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, sorry, spoilers.
But I did see some video of the things that the shop had made.
Nice.
And really fun.
So, Dave, are you old man fist in the air for this movie?
I liked Supergirl way better than I liked Superman. But if you watch the Unifying Force, I have specific issues with it.
Okay.
Because I am a big fan of the comic book series, the graphic novel that it came from, and there were specific creative choices made to change for the movie some of the source material, and I was like,
yeah, that's always whenever they translate, they cut for time or they cut for whatever reason and decide.
But no, I liked this a lot better than Superman, so I am not old man yelling at clouds on this one.
Fantastic. So besides going to see Dawn at Rebel ScumCon and also at Boonty Eve, Dawn, if someone wanted to follow you, where would you recommend that they follow you on social media?
At D Dininger, DDININGER, on Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome.
I'm just a lurker on TikTok.
Silent lurker. We love that one. Well, anyway, Dawn, we greatly appreciate you coming on tonight to talk all things Skeleton Crew, but we're very, very excited to see you again and obviously to see you in Texas in a little over a month from now.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be really, really fun.
It's going to be hot.
It is going to be hot. Luckily, Texas. I run cold.
Okay, there you go. Last year it was hot.
And outside of the Revel is a little hot, but you know.
But no, it's going to be a great time. But Dave, what's going on the network?
All sorts of things going on the network all the time. We have a little bit light. Is if you missed it, is Colin was on earlier today, I believe. So there will not be the normal Friday show, but we do have a new episode of the Jedi Archives going on Sunday that will be airing. They're still talking about our Star Wars comic book, so always go check them out. And then next week we've got our regular schedule of shenanigans and things. Join us for Clone Wars Revisited on Monday. Tuesday, come out and see us like in person on the Zoom, man. We love having new people in the happy hour and all sorts of things to talk about. And it's not just Star Wars. It's come in, bring up your questions about Rebel ScumCon, talk about the weather, whatever. We're there. And we're there for a while. We do have, Sherry's not letting me forget it. I was getting there. I promise, Sherry. Firefly Fridays is tomorrow. You're talking about, I think you're talking about what should have been the first episode, but wasn't the first episode in Firefly Order. The train job should have been the first episode, but wasn't. I think they're talking about the train job official episode 2 tomorrow. So that'll be a good time. And of course, next week, join me and Mark Von Olen again for celebrating autographs. This is the second part for this time. We're going to be talking about the full autograph section at Rebel ScumCon, all the signers that will be there. And we're going way down the rabbit hole with all the crossovers, like all the cast pieces you could get signed. Everybody that appeared in A New Hope, in Return of the Jedi, everybody in Skeleton Crew, everybody in whatever property that you could get together on a cast piece, whether they be at Rebel ScumCon or Boonty Eve. So there will be a lot of stuff covered on that. Join us.
And also, we're going to announce that next week we're going to have another guest on the Virtual Cantina Watch Along. We'll be watching an episode of the Book of Boba Fett with Tamara Carlson Woodard. So we're very, very excited about that, to talk about all things Max Rebo with her. I'm still convinced that Max Rebo is an intergalactic terrorist because there's always a bomb around Max Rebo. But that's just my 2 cents. But very excited about that. And then in 2 weeks, we're actually going to have Paul Darnell on with us, and we're going to be watching an episode of Ahsoka. So we're very excited about that and everything. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We greatly do appreciate it. And Dawn, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me. It's always really fun. It's a good time. I realize I say fun a lot with you guys.
We're all about the fun and we're all about the shenanigans here at the Virtual Cantina Network. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We'll see you next time. And as always, may the Force be with you.
Always.
Mm-hmm.